Thanks for joining us for a From Dusk Till Con Network special video presentation. I'm Stephen Nemeth. On August 2nd, my Sadistic Cinema co-host David Manifesto and I had the pleasure to attend the red carpet premiere of Dorchester's Revenge, The Return of Crinoline Head. We spent an evening with director Tommy Faircloth, producer Robert Zobel, and the cast. So grab your ticket and come with us for an evening with the filmmakers and cast of Dorchester's Revenge.
Seriously, these things are just like not stopping. Like they just. Oh yeah, I was like. You brought out like a pack of 100. Damn it, Nick. I got a weird 3-year-old. She would love it.
Gunner.
It's like you doing mom. Oh my god.
It's a baby.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna do that now, right?
Cross the line here.
Where's this at, Dana? Where's that?
I don't know here. This is picture here.
Wait, that's a good one. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Where would you like me to put my note? Yeah. Oh, all right. I'm just going to circle this one. Is that okay?
Is that Christian? Sign the move. You may have extra pens.
Well, we're here with Gord from Coffin Syrup, the legendary Charleston, South Carolina death metal band. Gord, how did you enjoy the film tonight?
Dude, Crinoline Head, Dorchester's Revenge, it was great. Very funny. There's some good kills, some creative kills. It's fucking cool.
Well, we don't get much of this in our area, so it's exciting to have something here. Also, we had a chance to meet all the cast and the director. Have you had a chance to see any other of Tommy's films?
I purchased 2 of them today, as a matter of fact, and I'll be watching them tonight.
Now, would you recommend this to all of our friends out there in Sadistic Cinema?
It's very funny, it's very amusing, it's a good watch. It has a lot of planned humor and some unplanned humor.
Yeah, and it's really, Sadistic Cinema, we're usually extreme. This definitely isn't a normal thing we cover, but this is local. We have to support it, and if it's a fun film, you have to agree it's fun. It keeps you laughing, and I think it was a really easy watch. Compared to most independent films that we see nowadays, you got to trudge through a lot of trash before you get to something good.
What else did you pick up? Was it Generation X and Crinoline Head 1?
Yeah, awesome. Generation X, Crinoline Head 1, yep.
Cool.
Well, tell the folks out there how they can get in touch with you if they want to come out and see Dorch Syrup, Facebook page, Twitter.
We're on Twitter at Coffin Syrup. We got reverbnation.com/CoffinSyrup86 to hear all our music, and then you can hit us up on Facebook.com/CoffinSyrup86.
And give us the outgoing for Sadistic Cinema.
Sadistic Cinema! Sadistic Cinema!
Thank you, man. Complete for us.
Yeah, we're gonna solve Fermat's last theorem. Hold on.
Oh my god, I'm screwed.
This is the math show. Y'all weren't ready for this. All right.
I'm not gonna last.
Hey guys, we have Leo Wiseman with us, who is plays one of the major characters in Dorchester's Revenge, The Return of Crinoline Head. Leah, tell us how it was working with Tommy.
A lot of fun is the first thing that comes to mind. It's like he's super laid back, but he moves quick, he gets stuff done.
So he's not like a Stanley Kubrick insane person.
No. Things got a little stressful towards the end of the shoot, definitely, but overall we just laughed a lot and had a lot of fun.
And you're a Charleston area native?
No, Charlotte, actually.
Charlotte?
Yeah.
Okay.
Charlotte.
How did you come across getting the part?
I think I saw it posted on, maybe it was Southern Casting Call or one of the casting call websites, and I was like, it was Columbia, and it's like an hour from Charlotte, so I was like, oh, I'll drive and audition, and it'll be fun, and...
Is there any other work out there that you've done?
Yeah, my most recent thing was I just wrapped a Sheets commercial, and then I just wrapped a short another horror film called Murder Mill, and that's coming out within a month or two.
Who directed that?
Murder Mill? Tyler Gordon.
Was that filmed in Charlotte?
Yes, it was. It was filmed in Charlotte. Yeah, he works in the camera department of Banshee. You know Banshee, yeah. So.
Okay. Now, are you a horror geek yourself?
I am. I love horror. Oh my god, I love horror.
Like, what are some of your favorites?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I love Heathers. That's like probably my all-time favorite movie ever. So good.
Now, there's a lot of comedy in this film. Was it hard to get the timing down? Was that probably the hardest part of getting it done?
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of the comedy ended up being. Tommy wrote a lot of funny one-liners in there, but a lot of that comedy just ended up like happening spontaneously. We didn't go into it thinking it was going to be funny, and then it turned out to be what it was.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. It did seem like there was a lot of ad-libbing going on.
Well, there's great chemistry. We could see everybody was having fun. And,
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
I gotta share, I think my favorite part of the movie is when you
When I'm unsure, I don't know. Yeah.
Because I was rooting for it. It's like, no.
Did you think my character was likable?
Yes.
Kind of mean.
Yeah.
No, I thought so.
Oh, good.
Not to give anything away, but I thought you would be till the end. You know the classic horror, cliches.
Yeah.
You played the virgin, and
I know.
Tommy threw that out of the window.
I know. I got killed pretty early.
Actually, and the part I laughed hardest about was the tampon scene.
That was hard to film, and we had to do a lot of takes of that. It was
Just
so
right.
funny, yeah.
Well, folks, a tampon hits Leah in the head, which you don't see too often in film. But I'm guessing that you did have to get it perfectly.
Yeah.
Not to laugh during the whole ordeal.
It was hard. One of the other actors was actually like throwing it at my face, and he hit me dead on every single time. So it was like, oh, it was so funny. It was hard.
Now, give all the people. What is your what's the best favorite experience you can take away from this?
It's kind of cheesy, but it's just like the relationship I built with Tommy and Robbie and the other actors and the crew. Like, those are connections I'm sure I'll have my whole life. And it's good to know people like this in the industry because they're constantly doing work, making their own work, involved in things. So, it's so invaluable to me.
Well, I'd say this film, when you take underground horror films or have that funniness to it, it's going to get a cult following.
Yeah.
So we might have to bring you out to conventions and stuff.
Oh, I hope so. I'd love to.
And also, can you tell anybody your Twitter feed or Facebook where they can contact you and know more about you?
Well, my Facebook is Leah Wiseman, I think. I think that's it, yeah. And then I'm on Twitter, but it's Leah Wiseman. Leah M. Wiseman on Twitter. I don't really use it that much.
Well, thank you for spending a couple moments with us, Leah. I think you had a very likable character. You had a great part, and it was a really fun movie to watch.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, y'all. It was fun.
Now, we are here with Kirsten Ray, who is the lead female in Dorchester's Revenge, The Return of Crinoline Head. Tell us, how was it working with Tommy?
It was really awesome. I actually met Tommy beforehand. He was a short friend. He's a great guy to work with, super professional, hilarious.
It was a great sense of humor in the movie. I'm sure he brought so much of that there.
Yes.
And of course, you brought that to life on the screen too, so we enjoyed that. There's a lot of fun moments with you on the screen and some suspenseful moments as well. Are you a Mount Pleasant native?
I'm not. I'm actually from Tennessee, Virginia, and Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I'm on the East Coast. I guess. was in for about 3 years.
Awesome. Now, is this your first major role, or have you done more in the past?
I've done a few short films, student films mostly. This is my first feature.
So, do you have anything else that you're working on right now?
Not at the moment. Later this fall, I'm working on a featurette called Righteous with director Michael Babbitt.
Okay.
That's for his upcoming film, Whispers, this apocalyptic zombie film.
So tell the people out there why they should see this film.
This one?
Yes.
Because it's awesome. And awesome. Just kidding. No, there's a lot of really talented people in the film that are great to work with.
How was it working with Debbie? Because she's been in the business for so long, and she is fucking hilarious in the film.
She's so awesome. I was actually kind of a little bit stage shocked with her. I did some research on her before, and I saw her on Scream Queens, the TV show on VH1. So
She's been in Trauma and everything else.
Yeah, so I was a little nervous at first, but then when we met her, like, Tommy told us, you know, to be the best behavior, not to swear or anything. And she's just, like, hilarious and just out there, and she was small. She was so much fun.
Now, are you a horror geek yourself, or is this kind of something you fell into?
I did kind of fall into the horror genre as being dead in my first film, but I do love horror. I'm a huge Nightmare on Elm Street fan.
Nice.
And Celebrity Cruiser and House of Corpses.
Okay,
That's a good one.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Zombies
Can't
coming
go
back
wrong.
with 31 soon, so.
Huge zombie fan. Music, film.
Now this is the premiere. It'll be out on DVD soon. So tell the folks out there in YouTube land and on DustToCon if they want to contact you, filmmakers, or somebody just wants to check you out, your Facebook page or Twitter.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Kirsten Ray. It's easy to spell. And also on Twitter, it's I am Kirsten Ray. Yeah.
Well, Kirsten, we really enjoyed the performance. I think the whole cast is really good. The one fallback of independent film a lot is a lot of bad acting, and I feel like you guys kind of rose above. I mean, it's not a huge budget. You guys weren't getting paid millions of dollars or anything like that.
I'm waiting for that.
But guys, Kristen did a great job. Any of the filmmakers out there, look her up, give her another shot, give her, she needs some more feature work.
Thank you guys so much.
But folks, we are here with one of the actresses from Dorchester's Revenge, Elizabeth Mears, who we just watched the movie. It looked a little different than in the movie. How was it working with Tommy?
Oh my god, it was so fun. Like, he's so funny, and we were always cracking up, so it was kind of hard because we couldn't get takes very quickly because we were always laughing, but it was so much fun.
And you are native to the Charleston area?
I live in Somerville, yeah.
Awesome. So, did you know Tommy, or how did you find out about the movie?
I have an agent, and she kind of posted about it, and like, oh, check it out, see if you might be interested in doing this, and then I contacted him, and was lucky enough to get an audition, and then went from there. So.
You seem so nice. You play such a bitch.
I know. Yeah, it's so fun.
She plays the evil bitch that every, horror movie with college or high school students need.
Did you go for a specific role, or did you generically read? Or?
Yeah, I just kind of generic. Like, I showed up, did a cold read, and then I read actually for Janet, and I was like, oh my, and then I was like, got the role, and I was really excited. So
Now, Leah said that tampon scene was pretty hard to shoot because everybody was laughing.
yes, it was so funny.
In the outtake, when it spun and it just juicing everywhere.
Yeah, she said try spinning it around, and
That was a bad idea.
Now, was that written into the script?
yes.
So when you're reading that, you're like, what was your reaction just reading that?
At first, I was like, I don't know about this, but then when I was working with Tommy and Robbie, I was just like, I'll do anything for them just because everything they do I know is going to turn out awesome, and I love them, so I trust them fully, so I was like, it'll turn out funny, and it did, so yeah.
Is there any other film credits that you have out there that people can find?
Yeah, I have done a few short films. Unwound was one I did in New York, and Turpentine Nails, which was a very, very short film, like 5 minutes, and it premiered at the Charleston International Film Festival.
Oh, okay.
So that's out, floating around online, and a couple of TV credits on the Investigation Discovery.
Oh, okay.
So I played prostitute, so I think I get typecast a little bit.
Now, do you have anything you're working on right now?
Actually, just got cast locally in a stage play of The Nance at South of Broadway Theater, and it's going to be in September, and I play a burlesque dancer. So
Oh, really?
that should be really
So
fun.
prostitute, bitch.
and burlesque dancer. So I'm cool with it though. I like to play parts that aren't very much like myself.
Now, are you a horror geek yourself, or is this, you just found a role that you liked?
Yeah, I found a role that I liked, and scary movies. I'm usually like, oh yeah, like I just can't watch. But now that I've done one, I might be a little more apt to be more of a moviegoer now. So.
Now, what makes this movie? It's not a gore film by any stretch of the imagination. It's more of a horror comedy. Was that the hardest part, getting the timing down for the comedy?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because that kills comedy. Comedy's all about timing, and you guys hit it right on the head. So.
Yeah. It was definitely hard because we were laughing so much behind the scenes. So like trying to see if it would come out right on camera was hard because we thought it was funny, but you never know if it's gonna come out.
Well, in the audience, we enjoyed it.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
And it seemed like y'all had some fun making the film
We
as we
did.
did
Yeah.
watching it. So.
Now, are you going to show this to your parents?
Oh, my mom was here.
Oh.
She saw it and she
She's like,
was
that's my baby throwing a tampon at somebody.
Yes, I oversold it to her. I was like, just think of like the most like horrible, vulgar things you can think of, and then it should like fall a little short of that. And I think it did.
Well, let the folks out there who might be interested, a lot of our friends and listeners and viewers now are independent filmmakers.
Awesome.
So let them know if they want to reach you, your Twitter, Facebook, any way to
cool.
contact you. Let them all know.
All right. Well, I'm Elizabeth Mears. My Facebook is Lizzie Mears, Lizzie Mears. And you can find me on IMDb under Elizabeth Mears. And I have a website, elizabethmears.weebly.com. And you can contact me through there.
All right. Thanks so
Thank
much,
you.
Elizabeth.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much,
Nice to meet you guys.
All right, we've been just talking tech stuff
The
with
techies over here.
Tommy Faircloth here. We are at the red carpet premiere of his new film, Dorchester's Revenge, Return of the Crinoline Head. It was a very fun viewing and screening. We enjoyed it very much. I think the actors enjoyed watching it, and it looks like they had a lot of fun making it too. So thanks for
Thanks for
part
coming.
of this.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Yeah, this was the first time the actors, no one had seen it except me and Rob that did it. So I mean, it was a fun crowd because they kind of, everybody was kind of involved. Well, most of the people were involved in the film, but no one knew about what to expect. The kills. A lot of the stuff was a big secret. I kept it that way on purpose.
Had you had this in the back of your mind for a while, or?
Well, I mean, last year, about I guess March of last year, when I decided I wanted to get back into making horror films, I was talking with some friends, some other filmmakers, and they're like, "Dude, you should do a sequel." And I'm just like, "No." I was like, "I'm not into that. I want to do something new." But then, of course, that got in my head. That's all I could think about. And I was like, it'd be really cool to do a sequel. That's total.
Yeah.
Total slasher. So I was like, well, before I jump into another film, it's been like 10 years since I've done a feature. Maybe I should go short just to kind of test out some new equipment. Is that really? I shot 16. I never shot digital.
Well, how would you do?
And so that's what the cabin.
was just trying to get you back into mode.
It was a test, basically. Yeah, it was. I mean, that's a lot of research. I just want to see what I could do, how much I could do. No money whatsoever.
I just think the thing that brought me into visual effects is so long, because 35 millimeters so beautiful, was the fact that you don't have to pay for processing the film and the editing. You can go home and start editing and watch on the monitor immediately.
Exactly. I was, back when I shot all my stuff on 16. And back then it was like it was film or video.
Yeah.
And I just hated it. I was just like, no, good. I'm against it. So once digital came around, I wasn't shooting that. I was shooting a lot of digital video for
We were talking about Robbie, how he helped inspire you to get back into doing horror, and he was a big pushing factor for you to do that.
Yeah, he wanted me to get back into making films and things like that, and I was trying to tell him it's a lot of work. It takes up just not even the part of shooting and editing, but I'm like, it's a constant job, and especially back in the day when there was no Facebook, no social media, anything like that. So when we did The Cabin, he helped me produce that, and he kind of got a first-hand taste of what goes into this, because it was a ton of work.
Yeah.
So after the cabin came out, and we went to all these festivals, and he started meeting other filmmakers. I mean, he got really gradually more and more into it. He can appreciate it.
So he didn't get scared off.
No. He liked, we would go to a lot of festivals. He liked seeing different reactions you would get from different crowds, and and the film did, pretty good as well. So when we were going into this, I knew I would need a recordist because I didn't have one with the cabin, and so he started learning how to use, the audio equipment, and that was his job. So
Okay.
I think he's like that. So he does have an important role, not just producer.
Well, yeah, and also you guys were on my wife's favorite show.
Oh, House Hunter.
House Hunters. I tell her, hey, I'm going to a movie premiere, and she'll, oh, the guys were at House Hunters? And she'll carry.
That's the only reason he was allowed out tonight.
Well, the funny thing is that came on yesterday. And so
really?
everyone started tagging me on Facebook going, you're on TV. They played it probably 20 times. They shot it back in 2012. And the house that we bought on the show is where we shot The Cabin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So by the time House Hunters by the time The Cabin came out, we had already sold it. We shot the movie. We had it a year, and we decided, it's just we're not old enough to have a second house because we don't use it as much. So we sold it, and then.
I've got a trap. Oh my God. It's over.
Okay, well, they are kicking us out, folks. Everybody, this is Tommy Faircloth. Tell them about your Facebook, your Twitter.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, Tommy.Faircloth.
We'll just step outside.
Horse Creek Productions is my company name on Facebook. And then, of course, Dorchester's Revenge has its own Facebook page as well. Our website is horsecreekproductions.net. You can pretty much find it. Just Google Crinoline Head. You'll find it.
Thanks again, Tommy. Thanks for inviting us out.
Thank you.
And
wonderful
we really enjoyed it. We really
I'm glad
enjoyed
you came out.
Go see
Don't forget your
Dorchester's Revenge.
Yes, we'll be playing next month, September, in Austin, Texas, at the it's called Austin Indie Flick Showcase. And then in October, we're going to be in Biloxi, Mississippi at Fear Fest, which is a really cool big horror convention.
Okay.
We actually won there last year,
Awesome.
so they invited us back this year, which is awesome. So
Great.
Well, thank you.
thank you, appreciate it.
We are here with Kristen James, who is the male lead of Dorchester's Revenge, the return of Crinoline Head. Tell us, how was it working with Tommy?
Oh, it was a blast. I mean, there was never a moment on set where no one laughed. Everything was, it was so much fun, but at the same time it was serious. Everyone was working so diligently and knowing their craft and knowing what they were doing. And seeing Tommy and Robbie work together, it was an amazing experience, but it was always fun. There was nothing that was stressful about it. There was nothing that was hard to someone. It was easygoing and fun to be there.
It looked like the film was as much fun to make as it was to watch.
Oh, it was, honestly, I'm gonna say to God, it was amazing watching that film. It was so much fun. Making it 10 times more fun.
The audience can feel the chemistry that's going on.
Oh, it was by the first table read. Everyone had felt each other out. Everyone was meshed. Everyone was happy. Everyone liked each other. It was one of those casts where you just bring everyone together and they just fit. And it was.
Well, I think they were centered.
Oh, most definitely.
I really liked the scenes with you and Dad. You were so dry, and she was fucking hilarious.
Oh my God.
How was it working with her? Because is her character, does she have you all cracking up the whole time?
She does. There was actually when she was in the trailer with Leah Wiseman, who, by the way, is an amazing actress. I mean, one of the most talented I've ever seen. I mean, she's going to be a star. She's going to be amazing. And there was a scene where she was doing the whole TD twist and our AD and our main crew guy Bo Ibbotson, who couldn't be here unfortunately due to work reasons. He came out of the trailer and me and Cameron thought something was wrong. We thought something bad happened because he was crying and we were like, "Bo, what's wrong?" And he goes, "She's fucking." He couldn't get a word out. She was making everyone laugh so much, but in those scenes of us, it was hard. I mean, she was just looking at me like dead serious. I'm just trying to be like, I've gotten your innuendos thus far, trying to hide that smirk. Because I mean, it was a pleasure working with her. She was such a sweetheart, funny all the way around. I mean, everyone was. It's an honor to work with a cast this amazing. this talented and just this kind and respectable.
Is this your first major part that you've had in the film?
I'm gonna say yes. I did a film back a while ago that hasn't released yet, but this is my big major thing. So yeah,
okay.
It's been a blessing. I'm happy with where this went and how it did.
Yeah, and I can tell the chemistry because one of the things we're all about independent cinema. That's what we do. The acting is usually the hardest part about independent cinema, and because the directors they don't have a ton of money to pay you guys, so it's hard for them to find good actors.
Exactly.
And it seems maybe even though some of you guys haven't been in business long, it seems like that chemistry kind of kept you all together.
Great performances.
It was because I think. Thank you. I think I did, but
Well, that's an artist. You always got to hate what you do.
well, everyone else out there. I mean, Gunnar Willis, Leah Wiseman, Nick Sweezer, Kirsten Ray, Cameron Turner, Jason Bell, Debbie Rashawn. They were all such amazing actors and actresses to work with. I mean, they work on their craft, they study it, they learn it, they know it. And to walk onto the set and for them to be like, hey, how are you doing? I'm doing great. How are you? Doing great. You ready for this? I'm ready for this. Just to be able to walk in there and be like, hey, you're awesome. Oh, I'm awesome. Thank you. And just have that chemistry of I have a saying, and my saying is, if I ever call you family, that will never change. You will always mean something to me. These people I call family. They became more than friends. They became more than colleagues. They became family.
So we're going to see you in Tommy's next film then.
If he does, hopefully I'll be there. Maybe we'll be in 18 years and I'll be Jason Bale's age.
Yeah.
I mean, Jason Bale for his age, he still looks like he's 27 years old.
Well, good performance from him too.
Oh yeah. Oh, of course. Always. Jason Bale's amazing.
He's a good guy. I've actually met him personally in the late 90s.
I mean, I live probably 20 minutes away from him.
Okay.
So he's been influential in my career. I mean, he's such a sweetheart, great guy.
He was in Gut, which was an awesome movie.
Amazing film, amazing.
How did you come to this part? Did you know some of these guys previously? Did you answer a casting call?
Actually, like I said before, everything's been a blessing so far.
Okay.
And when I say that, I mean, I know Jason. I filmed, I did The Family Business, which it was my first ever short film. And I was a supporting role, and he was a smaller supporting role, but he was an agent. Got to know each other, kept in contact. And he had pitched me to Tommy and Robbie, and I added Tommy on Facebook, and all of a sudden I got a message like, hey, Jason Bale told us about you, and thought you'd be great for this part, and we'd like to offer to you.
Fucking high five, Jason.
I know, right? And I was like, you guys want to offer me,
the lead role,
the lead role in this film, and he's like, just send over your reel. So I sent him over, and he's like, hey, you got it. And so I was like, thank you guys so much. And thank you, Jason, for this opportunity to be. I mean, if I didn't get to do this, I wouldn't have been able to go to casting to meet everyone that I got to film with there, because I read for everyone in there.
And meeting Jason, he's a great promoter too.
Oh, he is.
Jason can talk to.
Oh, he will build you up, and he will make you sound like King Midas himself.
Yes.
But I mean, I got to go to casting. I got to meet Leah. I got to meet Kirsten. I got to meet Cameron. I got to meet Nick. And after we finished casting, it was me, Robbie, and Tommy. We all went over and we looked at every headshot. Okay, I like this person. I like this person. They fit. They have what it takes to be this character. And after doing that, and after seeing what I just saw on that big screen, I mean, it worked out perfectly.
Oh, and
Leah Wiseman was the best stunt I've ever seen. Christian Ray was the best. Shelby. James Gunnar Willis, he was the best James. I mean, he being my best friend in that film, and afterwards we stayed in contact constantly. And I mean, Gunnar Willis, though, next big scene is great. Next big writer you will see in Hollywood. I promise you that. This kid the depth he goes into his writing is it's amazing. Cameron Turner, next country music star, next singer, next dancer, whatever you wanted to be. The kid's multi-talented. These people are amazing, and it was just a blessing.
Now, you said you read for every role that was there.
I did.
So what role did you want the most?
Honestly, I just wanted to act. Whether I got David, like I was given David, so I knew I was David. But I read for James, I read for Shelby, I read for Donna, I read for Betsy. My Betsy was a little off, it was more of like a, how do you do there?
I would like to see your take on those other characters in different personalities.
Oh, it was a blast. I mean, like playing the
Plus, girls, you get to see him with his shirt off.
If you can ask anyone, I'm not
It's
afraid
worth
to
the
take
price of the DVD there.
I'm not afraid to take my shirt off. I don't know why. I just don't like clothes. I like to get suited up. I just don't like clothes though. I'm kind of a hippie at heart.
Now, are you working on anything else? You have your sights set on anything else?
No, not really.
What's the name of the thing yet to be released?
It is The Killing Secret. The Killing Secret. It's a crime drama. I play the supporting role of Ryan. But right now, all I'm doing is I'm just working. I work about 60 hours a week. I have a normal, everyday job.
As are most of us horror shows.
Exactly. I have a normal, everyday job. I work 60 hours a week. But I also have a not just my acting career. I also model. I fly up to LA on September 5th, and I'll be out there for a week meeting with the manager, doing a few photo shoots, and hopefully signing with a new agency out there for theatrical and modeling. So we'll be counting on that. But honestly, you guys, I never saw myself here. I never saw myself acting or modeling. I didn't see myself in the entertainment industry, and I just happened to chip on that one stick, chip on that one stone, and fell into it, and I fell in love with it.
Well, that's the beauty of the horror community. It's so tight-knit. 3 years ago, I was just a horror fan, and now I'm sitting here with you, getting invited to red carpet premieres. So I understand exactly.
Oh, yeah,
it can change overnight.
It can.
Now, are you a horror buff yourself, or it's just you found a good acting game?
Honestly, I'm gonna love with you guys right here. Ready for this? I am the biggest bitch when it comes to horror films. The last film I watched was, I don't know, there was one where I guess the dude like videotaped everyone getting killed, and if you saw the videotape, you saw it. Yes. And I'm not gonna lie, I was sitting in the theater and I ended up punching myself because my ass is over here sitting and I'm looking through my fingers.
The pool sequence on the lawnmower.
Oh, yeah.
Those are
Well, not only that, but it was like, every single time I'll be like, okay, he's not there. Fuck, he's there. Damn it, duh. And so every single time I would look, and I've gotten better with it. I saw The Purge. That wasn't too bad. I'll see Purge Anarchy, because I actually like that film. But honestly, my favorite films are actions. My all-time favorite film of all time is Rambo. First one, it was great. I saw it when I was 2 years old at midnight with my father, and it stuck with me ever since. Rambo: First Blood and V for Vendetta are my two favorite films of all time.
That was
oh my god,
made from.
It was amazing. I mean, the acting, Natalie Portman, all them, but all-time favorite actor would be Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking V for Vendetta. V for Vendetta. No, that was the graphic novel.
Yeah. Yes.
I was thinking V, the original series, because I was putting the year of First Blood.
Oh yeah. But Sylvester Stallone, my all-time favorite actor. I don't care what anyone says.
Did you see his the Rambo that he directed, the fourth one?
Yes, I did. I've seen every single Rambo about 30, 50 times each. But Sylvester Stallone, the only reason he's my favorite actor is because he's that true, you fight for what you want, you fight for your dream. Yep. He went to New York, he was in New York City, he sold his dog, he went until he sold that script for $35,000 just so he could be the main cast for Rocky. And then he bought his dog back for $25,000.
Came from nothing.
Exactly, and if you watch Rocky, and if you don't know this, people, I'm going to tell you this, but when you watch Rocky, his dog, when he was running with that dog, that is his actual dog he bought for $25,000. $1,000 back from the people he sold to for $25. It's such an inspiration to me just to know that you can be no one on this earth. You can be you can be me. It doesn't matter who you are. You have a dream and you go for it.
And then not only that, but he goes on to direct Rocky 2, 3,
exactly.
4.
And now he's established his life. He has a wife, he has kids.
And he still has a great career. And
Exactly.
I think he looks great. I was just reading an article where people are kind of saying like he's one of the worst aged. I don't think so
He's
at all.
60 years old.
No, he's a real guy.
It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's like the guy was one of the best bodybuilders in the world. Age does numbers on everyone. It's it's not. When we get older, it's not like we're gonna get any better looking. Our skin it doesn't do anything.
We're not immortal, but we do have art.
Exactly. We're not immortal, but what we can do can live on for the rest of our lives.
And this will live on. This movie will be out there because it's a horror with the comedy. There's always get a little bit of a cult following. Whether it becomes gigantic or there's always going to be.
You know what? All that matters to me is that the people standing around this corner that you guys right now cannot see, they're around this corner: Lee Wiseman, Cameron Turner, Nick Sweezer, Christian Ray, Robbie Zabel, Tommy Faircloth, Gunnar Willis, all those people that you do not see right now. Their faces get seen, and their faces are recognized for the crafts they have perfected and they're mastered and they've been working on for years, because they're going to be something big. You guys are going to see their names, you guys are going to see the names of the lights, and you're going to be like, I saw them when they were little, and you're going to love it.
One last thing, a lot of our friends and followers are independent filmmakers,
Yes.
and just fans. So tell the people out there if they wanted to learn more about you, your Facebook or Twitter, how do they contact you?
For Instagram, you can contact me at only Christian James. I try to get Christian James, but I had to have the only because some douchebag had only. Facebook is Christian Bayless Modeling. Twitter is actor_Christian. And my website is www.christianjames.org.
Well, Christian, we really appreciate your performance. You thought you knocked it out of the park.
Steven, thank you guys so much.
Thanks again, man. And we're very happy to be here.
I'm happy that you guys are here. Thank you guys so much for honoring us with being here.
And we wish you a lot of luck in the future. We think you deserve it
soon, man.
That's definitely.
Thanks again, man.
Hey, you guys take care.
We are here with Gunnar Willis, who played James McDonald in the film. One of my favorite roles, honestly. Great charisma on camera. The buddy stuff going on was just wonderful. That part of the relationship is just feels good on screen. What brought you to this project?
I saw a casting call on a Southern casting call, I believe, and I drove down to Columbia. Yeah, and I met. That's
from where?
Where? Oh, I'm from Spartanburg.
Great town, Ground Zero.
Yes,
Nice club, man.
Yeah, it's good. Drove from Spartanburg down to Columbia, and that's where I actually met Tommy, Robbie, and Christian was there actually to read with me. And I remember.
Did y'all hit it off right then?
Yeah, we did. Tommy was like, "Hey, here's a script. You're gonna read for James. I'm gonna head out." And Christian was like, "Hey, you want to practice for a little bit?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." And then by the time Tommy got in the room, Christian was like, "This is my best friend." I was like, "All right, cool."
The deal sealed. You got it. It's already worked. You already the characters now.
Well, Christian also told us you're a writer. He really gave you a nice
you got
knowledge
this
awesome.
in a filmmaking project.
I am,
now
yes,
too,
sir.
So.
I love acting, but writing and directing is my passion. So, I'm working on a project called Jump right now. It's just finished the fourth cut. Just got to finish sound and music. So hopefully it'll be out by September.
Nice.
So,
What type of?
It's a short film. It's hopefully be under 10 minutes. That's what the aim is. It's a really personal film. It's kind of like about the that stage before you leave for college, where you don't really know, what's going to happen, and anxiety. So
jumping into the real world.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, that type of film. And it had starred Jason Vale actually.
Oh, yes, yeah. I saw it.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I want to see it, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Cut,
I'll hear that soon. Yeah. He was. I met him actually at the Crinoline Head reading, and I cast. He plays the father character, and it was like 2.5 weeks before we shot Jump. We had the Crinoline Head read, and I met Jason. I was like, dude, I've cast everything else. Like, I needed that. I've emailed like 20 people. Like, so I was like, could you just read the script and see like if you'd be interested in this? And luckily, he had family in Greenville, so be like, yeah, I can stop by and see my family and film. And he was awesome. Like, he was the nicest guy. Really easy to work with.
Ooh. Well, what was your favorite moment of making this film, or maybe in the film? Like, what part of the film was your favorite? Without any spoilers, that will ruin it for anybody. But
let's see, my favorite moment. Let me think. My favorite scene is probably Janet's big scene. I don't want to give anything away, but you'll definitely know it when you see it.
Everybody will know. Everyone's
You'll definitely know. Most of my reactions were real, so I didn't really have to act for that one. But that was my favorite scene. Yeah. Let me think of my favorite moment. Was probably having to learn that Screamo song. Because they were setting up stuff, so I was just in the truck. Me and Christian were learning this song.
Yeah, the lip sync screaming.
And I was like, I don't know what they're saying, but I'm gonna try my absolute best to do this.
It came off well, man. It looked like you listened to it a million times, and that was like your favorite song. There's a lot of energy in that road trip. Yeah,
it was great.
Now, are you a horror geek too, or just?
I love it. I'm not nearly as big as a geek as Tommy is, but I don't know of anyone that's as big as a horror geek as Tommy. Yeah, I love it. I think my favorite movie to recently is The Conjuring.
Oh, it was incredible.
So good. I remember
bringing.
I work at a family video movie rental. Mm-hmm. Every single time someone's like, "What's that horror movie I can watch?" I'm like, "Have you seen The Conjuring?" And I bring it to them, so it's really great.
You have any intentions on doing anything, writing horror, or?
I definitely I don't really have a genre. Like, I like to do. I kind of want to see what I can do with also. Like, I'm definitely thinking of doing a horror. I have some friends in New Hampshire. First off, New Hampshire is beautiful, especially in winter. So I have an idea brewing that I would like to do in the winter of New Hampshire. That would be a horror film. So
now, besides Jump, do you have anything else out there that you're working on now? I'm
writing a script called Funeral Party. It's a comedy, but it's kind of weird. But that's I don't want to give anything else away. But that's what I'm writing now. Yes, sir.
Okay, well, tell the folks out there, we have a lot of filmmakers and, amongst our friends. Mm-hmm. Give them your Twitter, Facebook, how people can learn more about you.
My name's Gunnar Willis. My YouTube channel is We Are Daydreamers, all one space. And my Twitter is Blue Color Crayon. Because I'm a child.
Well, thank you, Gunnar. We really enjoyed your performance.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Awesome. We are here with Cameron Turner, who plays Reggie in the film. We are at the premiere red carpet event for Dorchester's Revenge, the Crinoline Head. Return of Crinoline Head. I was going to go with the older title that they've replaced now. How did you get involved in this project?
Well, I actually had a friend text me. They saw it online, like an ad for, the casting, and I went in and auditioned in Columbia, and this kind of went in as a generic kind of in for anyone that I could get, and I actually auditioned for the role of James, who was played by Gunnar, and they gave me a cold read of this guy named Reggie, and I hadn't seen the script before, and ended up getting casted as Reggie, so it was a cool experience. So.
And you get to play the pothead of the film.
Yeah,
every film needs a pothead out there.
You gotta have a pothead.
And this is not a gore film, but you had the goriest part of the film.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it away, but it is based off a pinata.
Yes. It was definitely interesting. When I read the script, I didn't know exactly where it was going to go, but it actually turned out, really well, a lot better than I thought it would turn out. So.
Where are you from?
I'm actually from a really small town of Pamplico, South Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
But I reside in, over the summers I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, in a show down there in Myrtle Beach.
So is this your first?
This is my first movie, yes sir.
Well, it is hard in South Carolina to find many films that are being shot here.
Yeah, it is.
How was it working with Tommy? As a first experience?
Tommy's an awesome director. He's very easy to follow. And once he had his mind set to what he wanted, and we followed him, and it turned out the way he wanted to.
And how was the film on the set? Was it this is your lines, or was it just a lot of improvisation?
We had moments of where it was just our lines, and then a lot of the times was, okay, let's freestyle and see what we can do, improv. It was a lot of fun. We all fed off of each other. was a really cool experience.
Well, do you enjoy horror films yourself?
I do. I love watching any kind of horror films.
What are big ones that you love?
I love like all the Texas Chainsaw movies, like the old like slasher movies. I just really like just gory movies.
And you seem like a pretty young guy.
Yeah.
You gonna show this to your parents?
They were actually.
Oh, they were here too.
They were both there actually. I warned them a little bit before, just like be prepared. I was like, there's a lot of blood. They don't like scary movies first of all.
Yeah.
And so I didn't really know how they would take it. And I was like, you can come watch it, but don't say anything to me afterwards. Just like, good job, son. You know, that was pretty much it.
Now, has this helped you find any more acting roles?
Well, I haven't really been looking for. I'm in my last year of school at University of South Carolina. So then after that, after I finish my education, then I'll probably start looking for other acting gigs.
So this is
worked
a
out
career.
perfect.
This is a career you'd like to go into.
It'd be definitely something I'd look into. I'll see what my options are.
Okay. Well, a lot of our friends out there are independent filmmakers. Let them know, your Twitter, Facebook, anything like that, where they can learn more about you.
Oh yeah, my name is Cameron Russell Turner. You can find me on Facebook as that. I also have Twitter, CRTurner19, and Instagram is the same. And you can reach me on that. Or in IMDb too, under Dorchesтер's Revenge. Yeah.
Well, Cameron, it was great meeting you, man. Really enjoyed all your guys' performances.
Yeah.
Sadistic Cinema!